The Ocoee Massacre of 1920 was a tragic and violent event in Ocoee, Florida, which resulted in a significant loss of life and the destruction of a prosperous African American community. This event is one of the worst incidents of racial violence in the history of the United States. The massacre occurred during a period of heightened racial tensions in the United States, particularly related to African American voting rights. In the early 20th century, African Americans faced numerous obstacles to voting, including poll taxes, literacy tests, and outright intimidation. The violence in Ocoee began on November 2, 1920, which was Election Day. Mose Norman, an African American citizen, attempted to vote but was turned away due to alleged irregularities with his poll tax payment. Norman, encouraged by African American leaders like July Perry to exercise his voting rights, faced hostility from white residents. After Norman was turned away from the polls, tensions escalated. A white mob formed and went to the African American area of Ocoee to search for Norman. The mob attacked African American residents, homes, and businesses. July Perry, a prominent African American leader, was captured, lynched, and his body was hung in Orlando. The exact number of casualties is unknown, but it is believed that dozens of African Americans were killed. Many survivors fled Ocoee, leaving behind their homes and property. The African American community in Ocoee was effectively destroyed, and the town remained predominantly white for several decades. The Ocoee Massacre had a lasting impact on the African American population in Orange County, Florida. The violence served as a stark reminder of the dangers faced by African Americans who attempted to exercise their constitutional rights in the Jim Crow South. For many years, the Ocoee Massacre was largely forgotten or ignored in mainstream historical narratives. It wasn't until the late 20th and early 21st centuries that the event began to receive broader recognition as a significant and tragic example of racial violence in American history. Efforts have been made in recent years to commemorate the victims of the Ocoee Massacre and to promote reconciliation and understanding. This includes historical markers, memorials, and educational initiatives to acknowledge and learn from this dark chapter in American history.